So, hello and welcome back to Marty's Coins. And today we're looking at some Bhutanese half rupee or Deb coins, as they're generally known as. And these coins were issued over a 100-year period from 1790 to 1900. Now, these coins are copies of coins of Kuch Bihar, which is a place in India. And originally, the original coins had inscription, but these are more stylized, so there is no text on them. They are pretty much just copies of copies of copies, in which the people didn't understand the actual text, so they're just geometric features in the later phase of the minting style. Now, in 1900, these were replaced with a different style of coin. It was more patternized, based on Hindu motifs. You're probably familiar with Tibetan coins, which they look pretty similar to, in a stylized way in what they actually represent. So here we have a close-up of one, and as you can see, the main feature you will see is this looks like a thunderstrike, lightning, and then you got these patterns here. So these are more important: the facing of the lightning strike, as well as the line here. Sometimes it is reversed. Yes, I have one here. So as you can see, they're pretty much opposite images of each other. And then we have Sa there, so Sa is on some of these coins. And you also can have crosses. Where's the cross one? Should be there. Okay, we have fishes. So here's the fish. So if you're not too sure what the fish are, this is described as a fish there. So you've got one fish, two fish around, you've got the moon. And that actually replaced, if we turn it over, the central egg shape. So, or the actual, looks like a guy upside down. So there's his arms, there's his body, there's his head. Anyway, those don't really mean anything. Could be a mint mark, could be just a mint official's impression. So I'm not too sure why we have different styles. And these were classes minted in the same period, so between 1865 and 1900. And if we turn on this side, we have a rosette with a pattern up there. So this might be a different mint that actually produced these coins. So as you can see, this is more like the coins that were started to be issued in the 1900s with the patination. And then we have the thinner coins. So these could be counterfeit instead of official issue. As you can see, it's quite smaller. It's also very thin. And these ones are bronze coins. In the 1790s, they actually started issuing these as silver washed Deb coins, so silver washed copper or bronze. And they just started to flood the system. So they were issued as half rupees initially, but in a later stage, they're just pure copper. So they're probably equivalent to like a paisa in that time period. Although the Mughal paisa at the time was probably a little bit bigger, weighed about 11, 12 grams. These ones pretty much weigh about 4 or 5, depending. This one probably weighs probably about 2 grams. This one, yeah, probably about 4. So they're actually quite a small coin. What would you be paying for one of these? So these stylized ones, probably about $10 to $20. As you can see, this one is one of the different issues with a cross on it. As you can see, it's probably been struck quite a few times. And as you can see, the flange not round. So these are the hammered coins. So Bhutan was one of the last places to actually issue hammered coins. If you turn this way, yeah, there's the star. There's a half crescent moon, crescents on this side, and the flame is quite thin, so they weren't really concerned about the actual size of the actual coin. And this one is quite well worn. Yeah, I think that's just part of the minting process. There's a cross in the center of the circle. This flan is actually quite well rounded. It's fairly thin, unlike this one, which is a bit thicker, so probably about 3 times the weight. This is the biggest one that I've got actually. The flan is quite rounded, and this one doesn't have SAR. So the SAR is the actual character that's on the coin. Then, yeah, this one also very small. If we look at the crescent, the fish, this one doesn't have the rosette in the back. It looks like it's been struck a few times as well. Maybe even the die was been engraved a few times, which is not uncommon for ancient coins. And this one has crosses in the square shape. So I'm not that familiar with the actual how they categorize these. I don't think there is one categorization, but a good quality coin probably goes for about $20 or $30. And these coins should be more common in India than they are in Australia. There really isn't that much demand in Australia. Bhutan, well, Bhutan's not a rich country, so coin collecting is probably fairly minor. Here's a clear image of the Sada character in Devangari. So this is quite nice. I actually quite like these coins. Pretty easy to actually get, as far as I know. Don't know, I haven't seen on eBay. Anyway, I hope this helps you with your ancient coin collecting. So these are Bhutanese Deb coins. Obviously being ancient type coins, hammered coins, there is a lot of variety. And unlike modern coins, there is no one standard weight or one standard size. Anyway, hope this helps you and have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time.